Did you actually watch the R. Kelly shit?
Which one?
Like the interview? Yeah.
I watched like 4 different snippets of it. Like I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched different parts of it because people played different episodes of it, or when he had his little meltdown.
So I did watch that at work. I didn't watch the whole thing again like you did. I watched the stuff on YouTube. My whole thing was, did you see the girlfriend's interview?
I saw the dad of the girlfriend's interview.
Okay, so the girlfriends, because they talked to both of them at the same time, Gail talked to them, and the girl like started crying. Gail asked her, did they have like a 3-way sexual relationship? The girl was like, you wouldn't talk about your sexual relationship on the air, would you? And Gail was like, no, but this is different. She was like, no, so I'm not going to talk about that. She was real feisty and spicy, and it was like, ooh. But here's my thing. I get it, that's your children. They are now over 21. Why are you making a big deal out of it now? Like, why were you not already trying to get those girls?
Why?
The parents.
The parents of the girlfriends.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if you're talking about R. Kelly because he was
R. Kelly is...
I'm trying to see my kids.
Whatever. No, he's nuts.
Yeah,
he needs
crazy.
fucking help.
Yeah.
Like, big help. Oh, and then I saw something not too long ago that said it's the Me Too movement's fault for him not being able to pay his child support because he was paying his child support because he had the shows and people was pulling the shows and they pulling his music, so none of his money is coming in like it was before. That's why he's behind on child support. I was like, what the
You see somebody paid it for him yesterday.
The child support?
Yeah, somebody paid all his child support for him yesterday.
Wow, no, I didn't see that.
I was going to send it to you, but I was like, if I send this, she's going to be like, yo, you late. And I'm like, I'm not sending it.
I didn't see that.
So the one time I would have been ahead of you.
I haven't really been paying that much attention because it's so crazy. I'm trying to understand the parents' mindset because as a parent of daughters, your daughter shouldn't even fucking have been there.
So what is the difference between this and that show that everybody's watching where like
Abducted in Plain Sight?
Yes.
That shit is
It's the
nuts.
same thing, right?
Have you seen that?
I didn't see it, but I've read up on it and I've heard a lot about it where like they were like, oh, the guy is nice. We don't want to call the police. We'll give him a couple days.
Bullshit.
Blah, blah, blah. Like, what's the difference?
That's bullshit. You shouldn't have another man paying that much attention to your daughter. That's just me.
Oh, I know.
That's me.
I got a daughter. I know.
Right. So it's like why is this guy paying more attention to my daughter than I am? Like, no. I watched that fucking show. That show is insane. He fucked the mother, the daughter, and the father.
Whoa.
Right.
Like literally?
Literally. Hold on. Okay, the father gave him head. Or I don't know. They had some kind of sexual relationship. You need to watch. You might not. I don't know. I watched it. That shit is fucking
I'm assuming
stupid.
they're white.
All of them. Of course. Like, what the fuck? Like.
See, this is my thing. So every time that black people are like, oh,
be careful.
Yeah, every time they're just like, you guys get this, you guys get that, whatever. I don't want to hear it because we get stuck with people like this. So like, yeah, everybody's mad like, oh, we're taking out R. Kelly, we're taking out Jussie Smollett, we're taking out whoever. Well, at the end of the day, we get stuck with people like this where the dad gives a dude head and lets the guy sleep with his...
And then you get a fucking TV show about it and make fucking money.
Millions. Yep,
and the daughter has a book. And I heard that it's supposed to be a second installment of that show. Like, what else can you tell me? What else can you fucking tell me?
They'll probably come out with the uncut, like the interview when like they didn't cut things out and they didn't have people say exactly what they wanted them to say. They'll be like, oh, this is the raw, uncut version of what dad did. Now we have videos of dad giving dude head or whatever.
That's just fucking insane.
Crazy.
People are nuts.
Yeah, see, we get stuck with that.
Yeah. And
you guys get stuck with R. Kelly.
and Jussie Smollett. And
you see he's getting 19 felony charges on him.
I thought it was 16.
I thought it was 9. Last I checked, I thought it was 19. But either way, 16, 19, they're all felonies. So either way, unless he plea deals, he's going to be giving some dude head in jail too. It might be R. Kelly.
Maybe. But, Pablo ain't here to defend his woman because he loves him some Oprah, and Oprah fucking canceled Michael out. Did you see the Michael thing? I have not seen it.
I did not, but I've heard about it. Like, people are saying, like, I can't even listen to his music anymore. But then I hear some people saying it doesn't change their opinion on the music because... And here's my thought of it, and I was thinking about this for the show this week when I heard it, is, society puts so much on these people. Like, when Michael died, like, society cried, like, people went whatever. they're humans. Like, they have their own personal life. You have to be able to separate the music from the individual.
And a lot of people don't understand that. Just like they say, oh, I actually saw D.L. Hughley on Wendy Williams.
I hate him.
That's fine, but he had a good point when he said, how can you can't separate the music and the man? He was like, well, I separate the Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem and the country. And I was like, that made sense to me, because it's like, yeah, do you sit there and think about everything that's happened here when you sitting there, you're representing the flag or whatever, but you hate him, so we won't go too deep.
No, we can go deep on him. Like,
no,
that's a good point. Like, and it's the same thing. Like, it's almost the same thing. Like, you have to separate the two people. Like, everybody puts Michael on a pedestal because of his music,
right?
But then when something comes out about his personal life, they're just like, "Oh,
now I can't listen to the music."
And it's like he made or you get them people that say, "Who cares? He's a great musician." Like, well,
no, I still care that you did this, and I thought something was wrong with him because you don't have young children. Another one, why do you have young children with you sleeping in your bed, and why are these parents letting them go? Just because you're Michael Jackson, I'm supposed to let my kid go? You were probably the fan of Michael Jackson, not the fucking kid.
Right, and that's what it comes down to. It's like, oh my God, we're friends with Michael Jackson. It's like the bragging rights. Like, yeah, my kid spends the night at his house, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's what people, that's their 15 minutes of fame and their attention.
Yeah. I was mad that Oprah said that as well, and then all these pictures are coming out of her and Gail with what's his name, the Weinstein guy or Winberg, or whoever,
Weinstein,
whoever,
the
that
guy, yeah, whatever, not.
And they're like, okay, well, let's do surviving him. Everybody said it, which I think is fair, because are you separating him from what he did to what he is? Like, because that's your boy. Got pictures of her kissing on him and shit.
Right.
And G ain't here to sit here and defend his girlfriend because he loves some Oprah with the big hair.
Yeah, like,
she needs to be fucking canceled. You can't. I feel like you can't cancel a dead man. He's gone. You can speak on his story, but people talking about, oh, I can't listen to this, oh, I can't. So when you listen to him, and he have these great songs like the Don't Care About Us song. So he put that out because he saw the injustice and he saw the things that was going on. So now you looking at that song and he like, oh, he was a whatever. I don't even know. That's pedophilia, right? Because he was touching little boys.
Right.
That's still in there. Okay. So now he's a pedophile.
So what's the difference between?
But then the show didn't really say he was touching on the boys. And then they had
something where, like,
I saw
somewhere there was a couple of lawsuits, or not even lawsuits. There was some payments made to people to just stay quiet at some point, which basically, in my opinion, is admission.
Right. Yeah.
Like, if you got to pay somebody to shut up, then they're saying that's what's going on with the Kelly thing is because the money's not there.
Right. Oh,
you can't pay nobody off because he's broke.
Now let's go back to R. Kelly. So it's like now the parents want to speak because now you're not getting that monthly installment or yearly installment or whatever you're getting for your daughters to be there. But they're grown now, and now you want to speak on it. I feel like you should have made sure your daughter didn't go when she was 16 or 17 or whenever the hell they let her go.
By the time this snowball gets done rolling, it's going to be a lot more people and a lot more things that come out about people. What it's going to do is going to change the way, and I'm not saying it should change the way people think because you shouldn't be touching minors.
Period.
But I'm like, so like, let's take Derek Jeter, for example. Derek Jeter has people sign a no talk type contract when you see him. Everything's very private. So Derek Jeter slept with thousands of women, but you haven't heard any gossip about him out in the public at all, ever.
Yeah, I heard about that. Your girl loves him.
Who?
Stewart.
Oh. Oh yeah. She hit me up yesterday for my birthday, but yeah. So it's like that. So now people are going to get really strict on things. So even if something were to happen, they're going to have people signing so much stuff saying, "Hey, you can't do this, you can't do that." Like, if you do, we're going to sue.
Which I feel like they should, to protect themselves as celebrities. I think they should have something like that, period.
But does that
you
protect,
should not be touching little people.
But does that protect them from little people, though?
No.
Like, if you have a parent sign off on something, like...
Damn, that's kind of tough, because if the parent and you're underage, you really don't have a say.
Yeah, but so if the parent says, hey, consent in Baltimore is 16, and if the parents sign off to R. Kelly and say, hey, we're okay with whatever, you guys seeing each other doing whatever, like, does that make it okay at that point? Because they're still 16, so it makes it wrong, but the age of consent in Maryland is 16, so does that make it right? Mentally,
Damn.
we know it's wrong.
Right, but legally,
It's
it's right.
Can he beat that?
You can't.
Right? And
Take
the
that
parents
shit to
signed
court.
off saying, hey, you know?
You take that shit to court, it's like, nah.
It's just the world is just a shithole place that we live in right now.
It is, and it's
It's
so
getting worse.
and it's just getting worse. You're absolutely right, because I'm sick of seeing all these documentaries. I'm sick of seeing all of them saying that this, and this, and this. And it's like, okay, we knew this was happening. We all knew this was happening. Why now is it such a big deal to bring all this to the light? I'm still kind of pissed at their parents, because it's like, they're grown now. Why didn't you take your child out of there? And they saying, the girl was like, my parents came to see me in Chicago. They came to see me.
Same thing you can say about Aaliyah's mom.
Yo, that's still crazy.
She knew. They got married. Like, everything. Like,
And I feel like his mom or her family, I love Aaliyah to death. I hate to talk about it, but I feel like they said, you can do it, but you have to marry her. I don't think he touched her until after they got married.
So,
in my opinion.
So let's go with that point. So a lot of people were saying, okay, well, they're taking all of our people out. Let's take the white people out. Mm-hmm. So like they bring up people like Elvis.
Yes, his wife was 16, right? She was 16 when they
14 when they didn't. So you just said that you don't think Aaliyah and R. Kelly did anything until they got married. So the same thing with Elvis. So his wife's coming out saying that they never did anything until she was of age and they got married. But yet we're still rolling that snowball thing now. So it's like, did he do it? Didn't he do it? Like, Elvis is gone. Like, the same thing as Michael Jackson.
Right,
like,
he's gone.
And now we have somebody that's defending him, the wife, the one that was there, saying, oh, he never did this. So then what do we do from that point? Do we still pursue it, or do we just take her word? Because she could be telling the truth, or she could be lying.
And we will never know.
We'll never know.
Because he's gone. And I didn't think, after all this time of the Michael Jackson thing, they couldn't find anything. Why bring it back up?
Because everybody just wants ratings. That's all it's about, is ratings and money. Like, what can we throw on TV that's going to intrigue people to watch? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if one day something doesn't come out, like somebody doesn't try to take out Oprah or something. Some
and
big name
they're
person.
pissed at her. They're like, you're a hypocrite. And allegedly, I read that she may be running for office.
Oh, trust me, if she runs for office, if she's ever done anything in the history of her life, that shit's going to come out.
Everybody's just getting so touchy. You saw the I don't remember which one of y'all sent it about how people are pissed off at Ace Ventura.
Oh, Pablo, yeah.
Yo, like Ace Ventura, that's such a great fucking movie.
Well, the same thing. I sent the thing about the whole Usher
It's
thing.
transphobic. That's what they called it.
Like the whole Usher thing.
Yeah, with the herpes.
Like the same girl, whatever. Like,
of course, you sent something about herpes.
Yeah.
You're the herpes guy.
I know. You see my lip? I bit the skin off my lip because it was dry. I was going like that and like split it. And I was like, oh, George.
You got a cold sore.
No, it was some dry skin.
Oh, you nasty. Nasty.
Messing with them women.
You're a whore.